brothers in the Green Party. I want to thank you so much, and to Joe as well, and to all of you. And like we've been hearing, we're in this moment of crisis. And, you know, it's no secret that the African American community has been in crisis from the get-go. And it's not just that the funds aren't coming to the African community, they're being extracted from the African community. Throughout history in this country was founded on extracting the wealth, the labor, the vision, the spirit of the African American community. And, you know, it requires a real stop everything, and we gotta fix this. Because what we're seeing with the police violence is just the tip of the iceberg. Nobody here thinks that police violence is new, right? What was new was just those cameras on our cell phones. That's what was new, but I think everybody here knows that violence wasn't new. And we really had a continuous line from the criminal foundations of our country in slavery, to lynchings, to Jim Crow, to segregation in our schools, redlining of communities in the housing, the racist war on drugs, which continues to be a war on black and brown people, and then police violence, just sort of hitting the airwaves recently. And I think we're not going to fix this just looking at the police violence. We have to look at the violence of racism in every sector of society, in our economy, in our jobs, in our healthcare system, in our schools. As you were saying, our schools have been hijacked. Which schools have been destroyed? It's been the schools in the black and brown communities that have been systematically unfunded, which is why they fail. And then they are privatized and they are closed. And the kids in that community have to find another school. And it's not like that new school is going to be better. And the data shows that this privatization scheme is a profit-making scheme, is what it is. Education reform was a chance to hijack education and dismantle it. And that's just, you know, one sector of these racist disparities that are violent. We saw under Barack Obama, with all due respect, you know, we saw the banks get bailed out as his first priority when he came into office. And he nominated Larry Summers for his Treasury Secretary as his first act. And that was unfortunately a big wake-up call for a lot of people, that this wasn't going to be the people's president. Unfortunately, this was going to be a president who was serving Wall Street and the big banks. And what happened? The banks got bailed out. What happened to the black community in particular? Here's a really outrageous little fact that I think speaks volumes. Before the Wall Street crash of 2008, the average African American family had been denied wealth for generations because of redlining, because of education discrimination, employment, the denial of employment, disinvestment in communities. And what that came down to then was the average African American family had 10 cents of wealth compared to $1 of wealth in the average Caucasian family. An outrageous, unconscionable disparity. And then what happened after Wall Street crashed? That 10 cents on the dollar went down to 5 cents on the dollar. It was the African American community, black and brown and Latino communities that got hit hardest by Wall Street's crash because of all that predatory lending in the African American community and the disinvestment. And it just, you know, it makes the point that we are in a crisis. It hasn't been fixed. the unemployment numbers are still twice as high in the communities of color. The health disparities are unconscionable. 7 years off the lifespan of a person just for living while black. Living while black takes 7 years off of your life. That is, like Martin Luther King said, of all